All right. 9 o'clock Tuesday this week, not Monday. We missed Monday because we were all Halloweenering. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and cats, children of all ages, to talking shit. I'm your host, Nate the Great. With us today, we have Moses from Dead Bad Neighbors podcast. You can see the links to the show down below. And we have Fluff and Stab themselves, Liz and Josh Scott. Welcome, guys. Haven't seen you out this way in a little while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. I always love your guys' perspective on things. So we'll I'm hoping Fuzzy gets through sometime soon, but if the Fuzzster doesn't make it, then we'll get to talk smack for as long as the smack can be spoken.
Of course.
So how's it going out there in Nashville?
It's God's country.
God, what the hell, man? I hate when you put those glasses on and you start acting like the retarded Terminator.
The Tardinator?
It's nice out here. It's dropping. It's starting to get cold.
Yeah, but not cold enough that I can't still wear the white boy summer shorts if I want.
That's true. But nobody wants except for him to wear them.
That's cool. How's biz?
How's what?
How's business?
Oh, it's frustrating still, but it's getting worked out. It's a tug of war now. So hopefully we'll win this one.
So still the same issues?
Yeah, I think the DC one has been settled. So we should be back on track with DC and getting all of the books on our customers' pull lists like fulfilled. We just have a little bit of a meeting of the minds we have to have with Diamond. So that's where the problem is at right now.
It's rough.
I don't want to get too much into it just because there's like a lot of like stuff involved with it. But yeah, it's getting worked out and it's getting fixed. So it's just.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, my daughter Gwen was wearing that mask yesterday for the festivities as well.
Woo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Purge. Best $5 I ever spent in my life.
The Purge? Or the mask?
Both.
It only costs $5 to purge, huh?
That's right.
What have I been doing with my life?
Check it out, guys. Look at this. Movie props. Part of my new collection. This is from the greatest TV show ever created, Banshee.
Banshee.
And
that's the
Diamonds.
Greatest TV show ever. What is that about?
It's the one I was telling you guys about that's on cinema. It was on Cinemax. It's Homelander's first show. It's his first show he ever did.
Okay.
And dude, I'm telling you, it's on HBO Max. Watch it. If you want to make that one of our things we check out, I promise you guys, you will love it. Every episode.
So speaking of things we check out, all right, we stumbled across this, and I think I was going back through. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Collection Connection this week or not. It's a really busy week. Every people are doing things. So I went through. I got us on Rumble. Collection Connection is now on Rumble. I went through the logos and the branding, and I freshed them up, and have been dropping at least one video or short per day minimum. It's going to be my thing where I want to make sure everything per day, something has to happen every day. So that's been something I've been doing. I want to say, I think I got like 10 or 11 days in a row now, but I want to drop something every day. And I've even got like things filmed in the bank to drop for if I'm going to take time off. Like it'll still be scheduled to drop down the road and just get that going. I know Josh had some ideas for some stuff that's probably too strong for YouTube. So that's why I'm thinking we drop that right on Rumble. It's where an American could be an
shit.
American.
I think I want to hear about that one.
But
Been in the works for a long time.
yeah,
Oh,
it has
shit.
been. I'm sitting on some old art and everything. In fact, I can't help but think that the JD Geek might still, if you're going to cross brand yourself, it might be the best way to do it. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Already
The
there.
point is when I was digging in, I went back through our live streams just to see which ones were biting. And I went down this rabbit hole with the algorithm. And apparently when Josh, his genius or sheer luck, depending on who you ask, I'm sure Josh would tell you different, but RRR got us subs out of India. And it's our highest, it got the highest amount of it got the highest amount of watches out of any of our live streams talking about RRR.
I
So
have a
I'm
new
like,
one we can add that I found.
No, God.
dude.
Look,
I mean,
look,
dude.
Look, I get
you were
it.
supposed to watch it, bro. You were supposed to watch it.
I know, and when I got my teeth pulled out, I literally was gonna do it. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna watch. I got 3 hours to kill. I can't do nothing but lay here." And I sat down, and I was about to, and then the guy came on TV. I said, "No, I can't do it right now. I want to watch it. Like I want to watch. Like I'm telling you, when I sit down to watch something, I gotta like watch it. You can't force me to do it because then I'll just, I'm like, oh God, like I don't want to watch this shit. But this,
Dude, you gotta trust me on this one. It is
all right,
the perfect Bollywood film.
And that is my concern. My concern with possibly opening up this can of worms, because I mean, honestly, dude, I mean, we got 360 million Americans. There's 2 billion Indians, and most of them speak English and are dying to hear what Americans think about their shit. To be honest, and I think that would just be potentially.
Is there like a list of like what's considered?
I don't
like,
know, man. I this is like I'm almost saying it as, I mean, I've been flicking around, setting my lighting up and doing my stuff, and I was going back and looking through and sharing some videos across the different formats and whatnot, trying to catch everything up, trying to come up with like my system. I've got some great ideas that I'll tell you guys offline because I don't want people stealing my shit. But besides that, it's just been within the last hour and a half that I had the Bollywood fucking vision where I saw it was like the Mother Teresa or what the Virgin Mother burnt on a tortilla. Like,
why don't I'm down to do, so there are like a bunch of Bollywood superhero ripoffs, like the Spider-Man, and I'm like, I'm down to try those. Yeah, because I've seen a couple of them where I was like that Batman one, and I was crying. I was like, dude, they're literally doing the bat dance. Like this is badass.
I don't know if I got 3 hours a week for it though. That movie, the RRR was LAF long.
Yeah, but the thing is, that maybe we just do it once a month, right? That's a lower commitment level.
Well, I mean, look, I sat through Justice League, the Snyder cut. That's 4 hours, and it didn't feel like 4 hours. Though. Like, no, it was, and that's what I was just gonna say. If it's good, I could sit through 3 hours. Like, I could do it. If you make me just forget, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm down. I'll watch this. But it's those parts where it gets real slow. I'm gonna go. How long have we been watching this fucking thing?
But that's the thing is that the RRR doesn't really have any slow parts.
Oh, see, all right.
I've heard some people complain that there's like portions where there's too much exposition. But I've watched the movie twice. And
You did?
yeah,
Oh shit.
it's
What
that
movie?
RRR.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, and I've been thinking about watching it again. Frankly, it's for this year, that has been by far the best movie I've seen.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
man.
because I got something new for you then. Because this is supposed to be like, and this
They
is a
dance a lot in those
trilogy.
Bollywood movies,
It's
don't
a
they?
trilogy. Bollywood, like original universe, like superhero avatar kind of movie. It just popped up in my stream and I was like, we gotta watch this. I can't even pronounce it.
Brahmastra.
Brahmastra Part 1.
Josh ain't even looking. Is that your periphery or is this on that? What is this on?
I think
It's on Hulu.
there was either a French one or maybe it was that one. When did that come out?
This one came out this year.
Oh, okay, then no, it's not
2022.
it. It's not it. There was one like that was like supposed to be this epic like trilogy of their version of superheroes and stuff. And I watched the first one and I was like, what? This is X-Men. Like they're just doing the X-Men. Like that's all it was, but in a different language and stuff. So I was like,
Yeah, it's definitely Brahma, man, or that one, Brahmastra.
so yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but they have all the heroes right here. One of them can create goals to work with him. One of them calls, from what I'm looking at, thunder, weather, water, all of that
It
stuff.
comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's new?
Yeah, it's new.
Oh shit! You know what? That's it. We're on
They
it.
dance a lot. They love to fucking dance, don't they?
That's part of the
They
deal.
do. Like at
Yeah,
the
but
weirdest
dude,
points of the
Dude,
movie too.
I'm telling you, I can't. I've been me and my daughter watch these English people just like eat American food, and we're fascinated by people. So like, oh my god, they have French fries and they don't call them chips, and it's just like, it's weird to watch them. Their level of amusement with shit that they're fucking French fries, or they like have a Twinkie and they're like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever, and all they eat is fucking fish and chips and spotted dick. So a zinger is an amazing thing to them, and I really think that 2 billion people will be stoked on our fucking asses watching their culture. I really think so, especially if we fucking.
Hey, there
So-
better be a badass
so this is like a-
jam in the background.
like a
so
tiger.
you do that.
This is like a Titans, Captain America, and X-Men all rolled into one.
Yeah, see, there you go. I can.
Yeah.
If they disguise it, if they disguise shit, then I can do it. But if it's one of those, the romantic Bollywoods, I'm gonna be like, nah.
No.
No,
This,
it
when I
does have.
saw that, when I saw the
There
preview
are
for
enough
this,
Magic stuff in
consumers
it,
in
but-
India to where we could have our channel. We can have a channel. I'm just thinking about this. Like, you could have a channel with us just reacting to Indian shit, and then at the end of the year, instead of eating
I'm not
hot,
eating Indian food, dude.
hot wings,
Yeah.
no.
I'm not eating-
Instead of
I
eating
know
hot
where you were
wings,
going with that.
we all.
good thing we're
no,
not going
no,
back
bitch.
out this year, honey.
Instead of eating instead of playing Bean Boozled, we can all like get together and do like a Bollywood dance. It'll be like
Oh, yeah, I'm not-
I'll do that. I'm down with that. I mean,
Only if
I
can
dance
take
all
off
the
my
time,
shirt.
dude. I don't know if you guys saw my.
I'm telling you, and I'm just saying these ideas as I think them. You want to talk about getting views? We get sponsored by like all kinds of garlic breath relief tablets and whatnot.
I'm down for
Yeah,
whatever.
man, this looks good. It has like Thor.
It does. It looks like a superhero meets
And-
like Avatar: The Last Airbender meets like I don't know. It
It's
looks
like
really
they took
cool.
all of pop culture through the
It like
blender.
popped up
They
in
have
my
like
feed,
14
and I saw this and I
superheroes and one
stopped.
bad guy.
Wait a minute, I don't even watch the. Oh, it's got my guy. It's got one of the guys in it from Triple R. I was, oh, he's back. Yay.
I
I'm super excited.
love it's like a myth, dude. That movie's like a triple R, dude. Like it's I bet you it's not even what it's called. Like we should get an Indian person on it, be like, it's called no, like then we'll be like, oh dude, we thought it was just triple R, dude. I'm sorry, dude. We didn't mean to disrespect you like that, dude. We apologize, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's called RRR.
there's Triple H, Triple R, dude,
It's
Triple X.
RRR. They, in English, in the English version of the film, they render it as like rise, resist, revolt.
Well, that's pretty dope.
That's okay. When I first heard of Triple H, I used to call him HHH. Until my friend just looked at me. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, that wrestler guy, HHH. She just like looked at me.
Well, we could just call him
You're
by
an idiot.
full name.
It's
Huh?
Triple H. I was like, "Oh, sorry."
What's the full name, Mo?
I don't know. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, right? Some shit like that.
That's exactly it. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But we don't talk about any other wrestler but Mr. Perfect around my man, okay, dude? Because he is Mr. Perfect.
He's been smacking his gum around again. Damn it! I
That's
went
right.
outside. I saw a bunch of it out in the yard. I was like, "Josh, you gotta remember where this is." Let's get
No.
on it.
When you walk outside and he's got like a design done with all the gum, he's like, I smacked all that like like that, and it just makes the
It's gonna be
design.
on
He's
the
like,
wall.
that's badass, dude. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mural of my face though. Perfect.
Was it Tyson in the Hindu movie like that? Mike Tyson knocking some fools out.
Mike Tyson was in an Ip Man movie.
Tyson
not
was in a
Hindi
couple
movie though, huh?
movies. No, he did this one movie. It was I think it was Van Damme. It's like him and Van Damme like fighting each other, but it was like a cheap ripoff of Final Boss, the Bruce Lee movie, like where he has to go in, he has to fight the guys and stuff.
Oh, Game of Death.
Game of Death.
Like
That's
the pagoda.
Yeah, and he's like, he's going up the levels, and Mike Tyson was one of the guys he had to fight. And I remember I like fast forward to that one part. I was just like, all right, let's see what happens, dude. Did like 10 helicopter kicks or whatever it was, hit him. All I remember is I was like, this is the dumbest connection next to James, or when he did, John Claude and Dennis Rodman got together in Double Team, dude. Like I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? I rewatched that like a couple months ago. Like it came on, I was like, oh look, Double Team, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like there's points where they literally cut away to somebody else doing the kung fu,
It's not that
and
one.
then you just hear Rodman's voice go, free shot, half mark. That's definitely 3 points. I'm like, dude, really? Like he hit every fucking pun that needed to happen. Like I was like, this is bad, dude. This is really
Like
bad.
the Punisher.
Yeah, no, Punisher is good at least. Like he's got some good. But I finally saw. Are we going to talk about Black Adam? I got to hear.
All right, let's do it.
I finally saw it, dude. I finally saw it. I dragged the kids out of here at 7 a.m. when there's a $5 theater down the street. I said, let's go. We're going to go see Black Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Josh didn't get to do his Black Adam expose last week. We can do it.
Well, I did put a post up on Facebook the day, I think that either the day I saw it or the day after, basically giving it an overall rating of a soft 7. It's a flaccid 7 out of 10.
A flaccid
acceptable.
7. Welcome, Make Havoc. You can see
So-
Make Havoc
Talk about
on
flaccid.
Instagram at Make Havoc 247.
I'm all hard, baby. I'm all hard.
You're
I've
only
never
hard when
seen
Rob Liefeld's in the room.
Hey, that's extreme, baby. That's extreme.
Oh man.
We were just
Him.
getting ready to have my review of Black Adam, Steve, so buckle up.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't know. I still like Isaac's version of
Yeah, dude, I thought it was you for a second, dude. Like I was like, damn, that was spot on.
They had Latino community internet problems right now, it looks like.
The review.
They're
was
having
so
a
hot,
Xanadu. They're having
it
a
was so
Xanadu
hot,
freeze.
it got frozen.
YouTube knew he was about to let down the SmackDown and fucking. They were like,
Back.
let's freeze him.
You're back. You're back.
Hey, Joshua. So, when you're done with your review, can you explain to me who this Black Adam guy is? Never heard of him before. Before this movie,
Actually,
I didn't go see the movie though.
He's
I'll
gonna
start,
put it all.
I'll start with that first, then, just so that folks are aware. I'll give just a brief thing. So you're aware of the Shazam character, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
So Black Adam is like Shazam before Billy Batson gained that power. In ancient Kahndaq, it's like their low-rent version of Egypt. He was chosen as the champion for his people back then, but it turned out that when the wizards selected him, Teth Adam, which is his name, was actually a brutal son of a bitch. He wanted to free his people, but he was also not someone that had any kind of kindness or regard for anyone. And so they gave him the power, but apparently they were not able to rescind that power. They gave it to him, and he has kept it all this time. And unlike Billy, who goes back and forth between, I know today we call it Shazam, but originally that character was called Captain Marvel. And so when Billy goes back and forth to kind of maintain his humanity, Teth Adam in the comic books, really, at least until recently, has strictly stayed Black Adam for like the last 5,000 years. So there were times when he's been imprisoned in history, and he was released and causes havoc in the world. But he's kind of DC's version of Dr. Doom. He's a villain that cares a lot about his home country, and as long as you don't mess with him, he kind of doesn't cause too much damage. He's not like a scheming villain that hatches plots to take over the world. He's concerned about his people, and if you stay out of it, then he really doesn't cause too much trouble. And in the modern DC universe, he's become more of an anti-hero as opposed to a strict villain or a nemesis for the Captain Marvel Shazam character. So he possesses a lot of the same powers as Shazam does, although he draws upon different sources from them that are more Egyptian rather than Greek, as it would be for Captain Marvel. But all that to say that it's pretty clear that there's a lot of things going on with this movie. First of all, I looked into the director. He worked with The Rock before on the recent Jungle Book movie. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. It was so-so, not that great of a film. And I guess, they clicked well and they wanted to work together again. But this guy's a Spanish director. And if we remember our fondness for Spanish directors in Late to the Party, what are Spanish directors famous for here stateside?
Pedophilia?
No, cowboy movies. Remember The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was done.
A Spanish
Spaghetti
Western.
Western?
Yeah.
So
I thought that was Italian.
It was
That was a
Italian director,
spaghetti
but
Western.
but it was filmed in Spain. It was filmed in Spain. So this director wanted to do an homage to that sort of thing. And specifically, we saw the scene in Black Adam where on the TV is the good, the bad, the ugly. And that kind of plays itself out at one portion of the film. And that was intentional on the director's part. He was trying to play or portray Black Adam as like the cold anti-hero. And in fact, he even said he wanted to model him somewhat after Dirty Harry, another Clint Eastwood character. So you see that throughout the film. So he comes across as an anti-hero. In the end of the film, he doesn't call himself a hero or a king. He calls himself the protector of Kahndaq. So I think that's kind of missing the mark when it comes to the Black Adam in the comic book, because for decades he was the villain. He was a bad guy. Basically the mirror image of Captain Marvel, where Captain Marvel is good and gracious and forgiving and merciful and all that. Black Adam had none of those things going on. And so in that way, I think it's a little disappointing that the film portrays it that way. I also want to say that while I still think that The Rock is the wrong cast for the role, I don't think he looks anything like Black Adam. I do think that he did his level best to actually portray the role correctly.
So it's not his fault he sucks. It's just
Well, I wouldn't say he sucks. It's
He
just one
tried
of
his
those
hardest.
things. It's one of those
you
things
said
where,
it. You said it. You say he tried his hardest, but it still didn't.
well, it's one of those
Good
things
job.
where you wouldn't want Chris Farley to play Darth Vader, even if he's a big fan, right? Even if he knows all the lines, he remembers all the movies, he's read all the books, he knows Vader's attitude. Farley couldn't play Darth Vader. It's the same for The Rock. The Rock knows Black Adam. It's clear from the film
But The Rock, that's what they've built The Rock up to be, is that superhero, to play the superhero or the villain in all the movies like that, right? That's what
Sure.
So
And
why couldn't he play that?
That's the-
superhero?
That's the thing, is that The Rock in every movie is pretty much The Rock in every movie.
Yeah, right? It's The Rock.
He's the
In every
same-
fucking
he's the
movie
same guy.
you see The Rock. It's not
In
Dwayne
this one,
Johnson.
though-
It's The Rock you see in every movie.
Right. But in this one, his normal Dwayne Johnson rockness is toned down quite a bit because Black Adam is basically a bad guy. So he can't come across as his normal smiley, dancing, whatever kind of attitude that he normally puts out. I will say this for the film. I appreciated that with Black Adam, they gave a pretty accurate portrayal of his power set, the kinds of things that he was able to do. I think a lot of his mannerisms were correct. In the comic books, when you have that kind of godlike power, especially if you revel in it like Black Adam does, one of the things in the comics that you never see him do is he never walks. Why would he walk? That's what mortals do. And in the movie, The Rock is almost always floating from one place to another. He almost never puts his feet down, which I thought was pretty impressive. Because a guy like that, you figure he wants to be, flexing his calf muscle everywhere and stuff. So I think where the movie is also weak is that it does too much extraneous story with other characters. I know a lot of people really like Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate. I don't know enough about Dr. Fate to know if he did an accurate portrayal, but Pierce Brosnan is good in pretty much everything he does.
Best
I know-
Bond,
What's that?
best James Bond right there.
100%. I think also that I know Hawkman reincarnates, so people were telling me not to look at the black casting of Hawkman as like woke stuff. And honestly, there wasn't really anything woke in the movie, so I'm going to go ahead and give the benefit of the doubt to that and take it on faith that that's normal for the character. The one thing that I also didn't get a good sense of, though, and I don't know if this is a problem because of DC characters, but I never got the impression in the little that I've read of DC Comics that Hawkman is anywhere near the level of what Superman is. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But if that's the case, if he's far less than Superman, I don't know how he stood toe-to-toe with Black Adam for 1 second. Teth Adam should have destroyed the guy.
So who wins, Superman or Black Adam?
Black Adam.
Superman.
Black Adam.
Why,
Superman.
why Black Adam?
Black Adam.
Superman.
Why?
So I'm
Just like
Yes on the
Shazam,
chest
Black Adam.
means the best. Yes on the
So-
chest is the best.
I think Superman wins, right?
Damn right.
Because
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Kal-El. I know a lot of people don't care much for Superman. They think he's too much of a goody two shoes. I like Superman a lot, but
Yeah.
facts are facts. Black Adam would wreck that guy.
No.
but
Because
why?
of magic.
How dare
Magic.
you?
Magic. Superman is weak
Superman's
against
weak
magic.
against magic.
So for-
That's the only
You sound
thing.
like my
No, it's-
child. You sound like my child. We almost got in a
No, no.
fist fight in the
It's
parking
so-
lot about this shit.
So I
It's
don't know
not the
much
only-
about comics, right? I don't
but
know
it's-
much. Hear me out.
Sure.
I don't
sure.
know much about what Black Adam does or what. I know quite a bit about Superman, right? Black Adam is a human being and has to transform into Black Adam, or
No.
Well, so theoretically,
Yes.
yes. But the thing is that he doesn't ever, in the comic book, he doesn't ever change back into his mortal form. He
Never.
stays Black Adam all the time.
Okay. But Superman just has to catch him on his off day, right? He just says, "You know what? I'm gonna be this guy today."
Today's his
Superman
day
from a
off.
distance just wow with his laser and just kills them, right?
So I would say that would be accurate if Superman were to face off against Captain Marvel, Shazam, because he's always going back to being the kid. But
Okay.
that's not really a weakness that Black Adam has.
Okay, because he just doesn't do it.
Hey, we just noticed that your kid is a lot smarter than you are.
Hey, fuck off, dude. Let me tell you, dude. Like, there's nothing about it's all about the drive, dude. That's what it's about. Like, what did Rocky teach us? Rocky wasn't the toughest motherfucker, and the Creed was kicking his ass. But what he do? He went the fucking distance, dude. And what will Superman do? He will get up with blood, his eyeball hanging out, and he will say, "Fuck you, Black Adam," and snap his neck, and then fucking he dies, dude. That's how way I wrote it. I wrote it. It's done. That's the way the movie went, dude.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say.
So spoke it the fun, sir.
Here's what I would say about
It's
That's
good.
just going straight to the trash right there.
Here's what I would say about the matchup between the two. I think strength wise, Black Adam and Superman are basically on par. I think they have fairly equal levels. One of them might be slightly stronger, but I couldn't say who that is. They both have very similar levels of invulnerability. So you got a problem with these two beings that are going to be wailing away on each other till the end of time because they're absorbing all the damage that they're giving out. In terms of speed, I think Black Adam has the edge on Superman. And the reason I say that is because there's a comic called Justice that was done by Alex Ross. And in that comic...
Not canon.
In that comic...
Every bring shit up another match. That's not the same universe.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. So in that comic, the Flash is poisoned. And the result of the poison is that the Flash has to run as fast as he can for as long as he can. So he's literally just circling the earth so fast that he's passing himself. Because the Flash, we know, just runs so fast he vibrates through objects and goes through time and stuff like that. Now, Superman wants to help him, but he can't catch him. So what does Superman do? He calls up Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel can catch him.
He got him
And
on
he
speed
does.
dial? One of his fave fives?
Yeah, he's fat. Because he draws upon the power of the gods. He's faster than mortals, and that's what would give Black Adam an advantage because he has a similar power set. So he would be faster than Superman.
So
Now,
all
if
I
we
gotta
remember-
do
Any
is write a
rebuttals,
comic
Fuzzy?
book. I'm gonna write. I'm literally. I know an artist. His name's Lego. He's gonna draw it for me, and I'm gonna write it. And it's gonna be Superman whooping the shit out of One Punch Man, Black Adam, and running faster than the Flash. And then at the end of the comic, he's gonna wink at you like that, dude, like that. And it's gonna say love, peace, and chicken grease.
And
He's
you know
gonna
what's
fly away.
No one's buying that. No one's buying that
It's
garbage.
absolutely perfect. And that's
There
gonna be
you
the
go,
end of
dude.
the story right there.
You get a co-writing fucking thing for that. Bam, right there.
I'm gonna have Lego draw a picture of Batman destroying Superman. How's that possible?
I mean, I
when
get
you
it.
when you combine Black Adam's higher speed with his access to magic, that means that he can not only hurt Superman, but he's faster than the Man of Steel. And that means that Superman is at a disadvantage in that fight. Now, I will say this.
I'm gonna have to go with the facts, Fuzzy.
The one thing that Superman can do that Black Adam can't do is Superman has friends. Superman can call on the Justice League. Black Adam
we
is
don't
just
like
on.
those guys.
Black
We
Adam's
don't
just
like
on
those
his own.
guys. We don't
He's
like
just
those
on his
guys.
own.
Let's just he's on a solo mission, huh?
They
Oh,
saw
Batman.
Batman.
Batman, what's your Black Adam contingency? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I'd like to know what his
It's
Black
file
Adam.
C.
No, I agree. I agree with you 110%, but I can't believe I'm gonna say this and you didn't say this. That plot sucked. Like it was like fucking razor thin. Like just like I got to the movie. We got there for like I think 5 minutes late. I got right when I walked in the door, they were trying to sneak the girl in. So I don't know what I missed in the beginning.
No,
But-
you didn't miss anything.
Okay, so even when I walked in there, I was like, okay, so what the fuck's going on? And then like, they get into the cave. I'm like, oh, it's one of those things. But the thing that that I thought was dope was that they gave, I think he's the most violent fucking DC like character. Like when he threw the guy and he pulls his he pulls his arm back and he's got the nub of the arm and just goes boom, boom, like that. I was like, fuck yes, dude, that's awesome, dude. Like,
no, I agree that the plot was weak, but let's be honest, have any DC cinematic movies, have any of them had strong plots? Not really.
no, they haven't, but I can usually push past it. I could usually push past it, but this one I was kind of like, I was like, damn, this is really like they're really reaching for it. Like the part that killed me, that was the whole running joke about telling the man in black sent you. Like the way he kept trying to do it right. Like I was like, that was great, you know. But like you said, he still wasn't a good. It was a way to love the character, but you're like, he's still fucking murdering people. You know what I mean? Like he gives you a little joke in there and stuff. So I like that part of it. Like I like that. And then, you know, the best part when the best character came out, Superman, dude. That's what I'm talking about right there, dude. Fucking tear rolled down my eyes. The kids turned and looked at me. I said, that's right, dude. You goddamn right.
Well,
Did the kids say, Dad, why are you gay?
No, they looked at me. They looked at me and they said, this is why you are our father.
So
yeah,
so
they
I will
just
say
owned you
this.
right there. They just walked away and disowned you.
The cut scene at the end with Henry Cavill basically demonstrates that The Rock is more powerful than Walter Hamada, right?
Oh, Walter Hamada's days were numbered when The Rock wanted Henry Cavill. No, wait, hold on. Everybody hated what's his name, Walter, right? Because he was the one that stopped the production for Superman. That's why Cavill went to do The Witcher, because there was no Superman no more. So he stopped all these big projects for Superman and the Justice League and stuff like that. So when The Rock said he wanted Superman, and he went over Walter to the big dogs, and then next thing you know, you saw Walter stepping down. Every single DC fan that actually liked the DCU were cheering, because they knew right away that once Walter was gone, Superman was back. And right away, you saw the domino effect. Cavill back to Superman. Cavill left The Witcher. Cavill, like, it's just going on and on. Like it's next thing you know, we got what's his name taking over DC. James Gunn taking over DC.
Move.
Like it's so many domino effects. Like you said, Josh, The Rock had so much power that all this shit happened after that.
I thought of you, Havok, when it happened, because I remember us being at Korean barbecue saying the same exact thing. They just need to give Gunn the fucking universe, dude. That's it.
I've been saying that for a while, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is that what has Gunn done for the DC universe that's been fantastic? The DC movies are all middle of the road at best and god awful at worst. And Black Adam is
first of all,
kind of middle of that stack. They're not good movies.
No,
Peacemaker is fucking amazing. Peacemaker is amazing.
Fucking amazing.
The show is okay.
No. It's amazing.
That's a fucking home run right there.
And his Suicide Squad is way better than the first one.
Yeah,
I like the Joker.
I'm not saying much. It's like,
but either way, it's still way better.
How dare you? Iron Man 3 is way better than Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 3 is garbage.
Iron Man 3 is
Slap
garbage.
people, dude. Shane Black is a god. Shane Black is a god.
Iron Man 3 is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
oh my god,
Iron
I'm
Man
so
3 is like Halloween 3.
I am confident in saying that Iron Man 3 is the worst movie, with the exception of Captain Marvel, is the worst movie in the first 3 phases.
Oh yeah,
how dare you?
For sure.
For sure.
I'm the only true lover of American cinema in this whole group, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, dude.
What about,
well then Liz, me and
what about
Liz,
the Suicide
dude.
Squad?
Share a brain. That's the problem.
Like I'm gonna just
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just literally gonna do my best John Barenthal for you guys while you just do.
So I will say this, that Black Adam and Iron Man 3 do share one thing in common, and that is they both have a stupid freaking kid in the movie. I
Okay.
hate
I hate
kids
kids.
in the films. I hate that crap.
I love the kid in this one. This is Black Adam and Black Adam, because
of course you did.
I was the whole time I was watching it. I'm just like, I go, they like it just, but you hit it on the nose. And the reason why they had to have that kid is because Black Adam is supposed to be this fucking asshole, like, you know, thing. And it's the only thing that can kind of rein him down a little bit, because it just kind of sends little memories. He's the MacGuffin, you know what I mean? The kid is the MacGuffin of the film and stuff. And that was the other thing that made me like that little necklace she had. You remember how she says the words and it fucking glowed? I was like, oh, so that's gonna be the thing. It never paid off or anything in the whole fucking movie. It just was just a thing around her neck.
The worst part was the kid standing up and telling the people to rise up, and he does this stupid.
Yeah, he did the diamond cutter.
He did the diamond cutter. and I'm like, oh, I was hoping someone
was going to teach him DDP yoga. I was praying. They're going to be like stretching in the streets.
Yeah, I was praying like, please, someone shoot this kid. Shoot him. I was like, please shoot this kid.
I respect. I respect the kid.
It should have been this.
I thought JC was about to pop out right there.
Did anybody else also think like? So I like Pierce Brosnan. The character of Dr. Fate was kind of interesting. But the thing is that I felt like one of the other things that this movie suffered from is that we've seen it all before. You know, we have the undead warriors like from Thor Ragnarok. We've got freaking Dr. Fate, who's basically like Doctor Strange and does all the same tricks. You know, just like all of these things that it's like nothing really blew you away unless you were like deep into the comics, and then you would appreciate like little like fan tidbits that were put in there. But otherwise, it was just like, you know, it's just like I said.
I myself, I enjoy the Justice Society. I wanted a little bit more from them, like at least get a little bit more, especially like you said, people that don't know them. It would have been nice if they were given at least like a 5 minute, a little bit like 5-10 minutes more of background. Pierce Brosnan, Cyclone was the worst one of all. But of course, she came out, and if anybody's collecting the comics, JSA #1, she came out on that. That's the first appearance. So, you know, but it's a white girl instead of a black girl, so it's just, you know, another race swap, which I hate. And so, but I love Pierce Brosnan. He was awesome. I wish the character, I wanted more from that character, but oh well. Hopefully they make something, like they make another movie about the JSA, or at least a TV. You know, and then I love the Hawkman and Adam combination of them always talking smack to each other. Well, basically Hawkman always talking smack about Atom Smasher. That was good.
Yeah, I felt like
this
the powers weren't really distributed well. I felt like Black Adam should have owned Hawkman like every time.
Well, this movie, I think of it wasn't more of a movie. It's more of an introduction. Like it was like in the wrestling world, right? Like they used to do these before they introduced a wrestler. They would have these vignettes, you know, fucking like, you know, who Mr. Perfect was, right? Like him fucking hitting the, you know, the golf club, and, you know, like shooting the hoop. And so before he even gets there, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, this guy's fucking perfect. He is perfect. That's what this whole thing was. It was just this one long fucking vignette of how badass Black Adam is going to be. You know what I mean? And then they get you with what they really want to get to, which is Superman and fucking Black Adam, right?
You trying to say there's going to be more of the fucking Rock movies like that?
Dude, this is the biggest, one of the biggest DC movies that have come out where like people unanimously like it. Like, you know what I mean? Like not a lot of people are talking shit. Like you said, he's very plain.
Everybody loves The Rock, and the movie doesn't suck. Right. So therefore, it automatically elevates.
Well, I mean, you saw the scores for, even though I hate Rotten Tomato, but you saw the scores between audience and what's it called, the critics, and they were far apart from each other. Like the audience was like 85%, not 88%. So they really like this movie. And like you said, even though the plot was like super thin,
anorexic.
Overall, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't bad, so I had a good time.
And here's the thing though: is this a sign that the current content that's out there for this genre is going so sour so fast that we're grateful for a movie that just doesn't suck. Not that it's an amazing, like, mind-blowing movie, or that it's like really consistent or anything. We're just glad that it doesn't suck. And so therefore we're giving it high marks because it's not utter trash. Well, but like in a previous age, we would have been like, nah, this is like Ant-Man 2, you know?
Well, since this is still part of the main DC universe, people still have a sour taste with the Justice League and, you know, Superman and Batman. You know, they still have this bad taste. So they're doing all these movies little by little to go away from the previous movies. But I mean, for me, if they're doing a fresh start, the Batman started off good. So if they do the universe through the Batman, that'll be awesome. But if not, I mean, James Gunn could do it. You know, I'm hoping he'll do a way better job than what these damn people are doing right now. The direction, I mean, of going where they're going to go.
Yeah,
I just hope he can fold the Shaun of the Dead movies into the universe.
No way, dude. I want him to bring fucking Brightburn into the fucking universe, dude. I want him to face off against Superman.
You just make Red Sun. So that's basically what you do. Another different universe.
I'm in for that one too, dude. Like, fuck yeah. I'm all in for that one. That's badass.
Now,
or Slither, dude. What if he brought Slither into the universe? The fucking little worms would eat your face.
Comes out, you know, if that movie ever does come out, you know, they'll be able to do all these different worlds, and we could get a Red Sun movie.
Did you hear what they paid Keaton to do the cameo in fucking Batgirl?
$10 million.
$2 million for 2 days worth of work, and the movie's never going to see the light of fucking day. That's fucking nuts, dude. Like that's like you going, someone going, here's $2 million, dude. Just go sit on your ass for 2 days, dude. Just don't worry about it. You go fart, do whatever. Here's $2 million. I want to be that guy.
I heard Keaton coming back for one of the Flash movies, though.
No, he is.
Yeah, he's in the Flash movie. Yeah. But that's why they were trying to bring him in. Yeah.
I saw the Batmobile in it was either a still or a preview or something. They had Ezra Miller standing next to the Batmobile, but the Batmobile was covered. But you could tell it was Keaton's Batmobile because the way it looked. You
gotta do a better psyche eval on these actors.
I just hope that they go with the Batman Beyond now. That's what I hope for, dude. Because now we do have an old Batman. You know what I mean? Like a legit older Batman. So now we can do the fucking Batman Beyond, dude. I'm not even a Batman fan, but I love Batman Beyond.
I love awesome.
Those. Yeah, those were awesome. I love those ones. Those were awesome.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, I'd pay big money
when we had Adam West still with us.
I agree.
I was thinking the same thing.
I agree, but
Batman and Robin running trains on hippies in the 60s. You ever watched? You hear them tell a story like Adam West and Burt Ward used to just be slinging dick all over fucking Hollywood. It was crazy. They're like, bam, pow, pow, yeah. Collection. All right. Anybody watch Andor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm all caught up on it.
Yeah.
I think I'm all caught up too, but there's so many of them that they're starting to blur into each other. Is everyone with me, or Havok? Fight me.
You got to see Golem.
I saw them. I saw them. It was for me, this episode, I'm actually agreeing with you on one portion of it, that they gave us a little taste of action episode back or two, and now we're back to like just basically this is just what was that? What is the word I'm trying to use?
Filler.
A filler. It's like a filler episode, and I was halfway through. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Is this almost over?" Like I was looking at my watch trying to see like it felt long to me, and that was the first time ever on this series. I was like, "Oh man, hurry up!" Like
That's
I always
weird.
think back to Liz. And she's like, this is the backstory of what happened for them to be able to.
No, don't get me wrong.
The origins of the Empire.
Story, but I need a
like,
little bit more action now. You know, like
I know. I feel like
backstory already.
I feel like the guy in the mirror, like it's the backstory of the backstory of the backstory.
But the guy who wrote this, he's known for doing like Tom Clancy style of fucking spy movies. You know what I mean? Spy books. So that's what you're getting. Like, you know, that's what it is. And so I'm getting it. But the whole prisons thing, I was kind of like, this is pretty dope. Like the idea of the fucking floor, you know, and all that shit. Like, I like that.
That
like,
before another movie. No, so like, to me, it's like
so
whatever.
Why? But like, I still, you know,
it was like whatever.
Something that I'm hoping it's building towards something. I'm just leaving it at that because I agree with you. I was kind of just like, fuck, dude. All right, hurry up. Are you gonna fucking shoot someone? Because there's no lightsabers. You know what?
I got excited when that guy jumped and killed himself. I was like, okay, something happened. I was excited. I was like, dude, something actually happened because
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like
you know, like that. It was.
I was bummed it didn't vaporize or something.
Nothing. I was like, I
thought you guys would have been excited about the extra special alcoholic fizzy worms in your drinks. Like, you know, you drop a couple of worms in there and all of a sudden you got this great fizzy, like, woohoo, I'm getting high kind of drink.
Didn't even catch. I didn't even catch it. I thought they were just putting like olives in the fucking thing. Like,
no,
I was
there
just
were
like,
worms that they added. She's like, no, I have to like schmooze around the room. If I have one of those, then you know things might get a little crazy. And I was like, huh, alcoholic, and they're like, I'll put 2 in mine then. Like another guy's like, no, put 2 more in mine.
Double it up.
Like, he's getting sloshed tonight.
I think it's funny that when this show started, that I thought it was the most boring show ever. And then by like the 3rd or 4th episode, I was like, okay, this is going somewhere I'm like in. And now that we're like deep in the show, I'm like invested in the characters. So like an episode like this didn't really bother me.
I know, he was all in.
And you guys are like, oh, but
he's like watching it. Josh is like all in.
I gotta take a shit.
This is pretty good. This is pretty good. And I was like, really? Because I found this one kind of boring too. But
yeah,
like,
I felt boring. I felt it boring.
Yeah, the only thing I dug was again like just the concept of like even you know the whole food thing, you know, like it was just like the whole purpose of them was to work. I was like, oh, it's kind of dope, dude. I was like, you know, that's a fucked up prison, like you know, like that I would not want to be there.
But
then like
that's what prisons are.
But I like the irony
you got
of the
people
whole
working
thing of how he got away. Like that shit blew. I was like, no, fuck no, that he's not like that was like the woke moment in the Star Wars thing. Like, look, because he was different, you know, and he was around there. They just took him in, you know, and they put him in jail.
That was actually the part that bothered me. You know, you have this like arc of this character like escaping and getting involved and like being on point and getting his money and all this kind of stuff. And then he just gets nabbed on like some rando thing. It's like he happened to be like next to a 7-Eleven that gets popped and he's done.
He looked the part, dude. He looked the part.
Like the bad, like those other dudes, like.
For 6 years.
He had the gang colors. He was wearing the gang colors.
He had the gang colors. Instead of being like, I was like this. I was thinking
he's like, I'm just on vacation. I'm just a tourist.
Instead of being smart, I would have just sat down. I would have just sat down waiting for the commotion to come down. He just started walking towards the fucking cops. I'm like, this idiot's gonna get caught. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it was just like, yeah.
And the hooker got away with his box, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, I'm whatever.
I got bored. I was hoping that too. I was so bored when you saw the old man when they were building the machine and he started like hurting, like slowing down. I was like, oh, I was gonna be like, there's gonna be some beatdown of an old man right now. I was like, I can't wait.
You didn't even have to beat him down; just throw him out onto the floor.
I was just waiting for something, you know, but Yeah, nothing happened. I was like, oh man.
Well, didn't you have any appreciation for Skarsgård meeting with Saw Gerrera?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they saw eye to eye.
No, they don't. Saw Gerrera is supposed to be like a radical.
I'm just making fun of Forrest Whitaker's eyeballs.
Oh.
But that was the part that got me where I was like, because I thought it was like, is this the final episode? Is this how I literally almost started watching Rogue One, like going like, is this how it started? He was in prison and they break him out, and then this is like, is this what picks up right where it ends?
Hey, Forrest Whitaker's a good actor, though.
Oh
No,
yes, yeah.
That's
awesome.
Samurai Dog all day.
Oh,
Fully.
he's awesome.
You don't mess with
Samurai
Samurai
Dog.
Dog.
No.
He'll fucking pull out them glocks. Fucking do that to you, dude. Fuck
He
you
was
up,
in
man.
Bloodsport, bro. That's
Samurai
the beginning.
But he was in Crying Game.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
Hashtag
man.
movies Josh will never see.
Oh my God! Hashtag movies Nate will never unsee. Fuck.
Well, I've been taking it literally for watching the American Horror Stories for you guys. So don't worry, dude.
No, okay. I'm not caught up yet, so I still have like 3 episodes of the Alien one from last season, and then I've got the horror stories.
The horror stories. But this new one, this New York one, puts it to another level of like, because it's all like, it's literally just their version of the AIDS epidemic in fucking in New York in the 80s when it first came out, and then mixed in with like a Dahmer serial killer. But this serial killer in it is pretty dope. Like that's what I was telling him. I was like, well, this was actually like there's this one line he gives, and I go, fuck, oh well shit, I gotta find out what's going on with this guy. Like, you know, but then you have to watch a lot of man-on-man action, like a lot.
You have to watch a lot of
yeah.
That part doesn't affect me as much because of all of the American Horror Story that I've watched.
It's nothing.
Apocalypse was pretty bad.
No, this is like, there's a point where this last episode, he walks into a den, and it's the power is out throughout the city, and it's just dudes upon dudes upon dudes upon dudes. And he's going through with a flashlight like this, trying to find a guy in the middle of the thing. And I kept looking away, like, just hurry up and find the guy. Hurry up and find the guy.
So when they take it to this kind of level, imagine what the next season's gonna be. These guys tapped out. They tapped out.
I'll watch it. No, I'm a fan of American Horror Story.
Me too.
I've seen every one until now.
But just because we're fans of the American Horror Story, saga, doesn't mean that they can feed us shit like this and us watch it. Like,
no,
it's not fair to us. It's not.
I get it. It's horror to me, man, dude. Like it's hard to watch, dude. Like some stuff is hard to watch, man. Like I told my wife, I go, honey, I now know what it feels like to be a gay person watching a straight movie. Like I really do. Like I can understand. I swear to God, because that's gotta be what it looks like. Like this is disgusting, like and stuff. And I'm like, all right, dude. Like
movie, they're not throwing.
When you guys watch Banshee, dude, trust me. When you see Banshee, you're gonna say, "Oh, this is what Fuzzy is talking about, like a normal thing." Because in every episode, someone's getting their hoo-hoo eaten. Someone gets a body or limb broken. Okay, some racially charged, just like you're like, how did this get made? Like, there's literally Amish people that whoop ass, dude, and take like S&M stuff, and it's awesome. It's amazing. It's one of the best shows ever created.
What's it called?
Like, Banshee, dude. Banshee. For life, dude. Like, I'm telling you, I got the diamonds from the show right there, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's how much I love that show, dude. It's the greatest show. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm willing to do it because I got to find out what makes this serial killer tick. Because it was just this one line of dialogue where I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. Like, it was weird. Like, I was like,
makes him tick.
No.
Does this one tie into any of the other seasons? You know how, like, in American Horror Story, there's a little bit of
nothing
has nothing to do with the rest.
It barely has the same actors in it.
The acting is over the top. It's like 270s.
Yeah, and then everyone's got, instead of AIDS, it's a rash. It's like a rash they get, and
monkeypox.
So it looks something like that.
It's deer
so,
pox.
like yeah, it comes from deers, and they mow down these deers, and like I'm like laughing. I'm like, okay, and so they'll cut to that story, right? Because it's in the murder of killing gay people,
as a
and it's like, so they're cutting in between that story and the gay story of the serial killer, and that one's actually really good. Like, you're just like, okay, so these people in this community are being killed, and like at one point some dude gets kidnapped, and when he's about to kill him, he sees that he was a Marine, and this is what got me. He goes, I'm not going to kill you. He goes, you've done enough service for your country. He's like, so when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to go tell the cops what happened, and they're not going to give a shit about what happened. And it's exactly what happens. But because of that tattoo is what saved his life. So I'm like, so is that like like I like killers in movies that have like a moral or something they can't do and stuff. It always fascinates me and shit. So I'm like, I'm all in, dude. Like, I want to see what happens. But then they pile in all this other crap on top of it. Like, just tell me this shit.
Just waiting for the Cliff Notes version. Oh.
I'll probably start it tomorrow then. I probably won't start till this weekend because I have to watch the last couple of episodes of the Alien Vampire series one that they did, the one before it. There's I think there's like two or three more episodes of that one, and then I have to watch the second season of American Horror Stories.
That was just as bad as
I try to watch them in order just in case they fuck with me, and they remind me of something else.
The Stories one has about like, I think, because we talked about
the first season of Stories ties up like the murder house.
I know the first season does, where it's the girl that goes.
This one doesn't. This one's like Tales from the Crypt. Like, each one is like a little mini story and stuff like that.
Dude, that's a good segue. Tell me that I shook the tree hard enough for some other motherfucker in this group to have watched Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of fucking. Oh my God, you guys are fucking. You have no.
I fell down the unsolved mystery rabbit hole on Netflix, dude, because I was like, they put a new season of Unsolved Mysteries, and all you do is
That's the next thing on my list.
all I need to hear is that beep boop boop beep doo 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 doo. I was like, oh shit.
I almost pushed play on that season today, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch this other serial killer.
Well, every week on Tuesday they release 3 new episodes. So I've been like catching up to them, and they got one, dude. You got to look it up. The Native American X-Files.
Done.
Oh, dude. There, I was like, the whole one. I was like, oh shit, dude. There's Bigfoot.
Yay.
Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. You guys are familiar with his work, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We love Gilmore.
It's 8 episodes, individually contained.
But they're different directors. They're like
directors, but they're individually contained. The effects are what you would expect from Del Toro, and it's like Twilight Zone or Outer Limits, but really scary or really disturbing. There's an adjective on the description of each one. It's like, oh, this one's scary. No, it's really fucking scary. Oh, this one's gross. Really fucking gross. Like, each one. I knew I wasn't shaking the tree hard enough for somebody to come on this journey with me, but it was
his version of Masters of Horrors. Did you ever see the Masters of Horror series? It's like his version of that. Like, now I was gonna watch it, but they talked me into watching Nope, so I watched Nope, and
that's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but you know what? He's not. Jordan Peele. I was afraid he was going to be the next M. Night Shyamalan, and you know what? He's not. That Nope was actually a cohesive movie. I understood it. There was a plot. It's Jaws with aliens. You know what I mean? That's all it is, which was dope. I was like, I'm cool with that, dude. Like, so now I am going to watch Get Out because I have never seen Get Out, and I've been waiting to fine, because I was like, if this gives me a stupid twist at the end of it, I'm gonna lose my shit, dude. Like, you know, and I ended up fucking loving it. So I was like, all right, I'll watch Get Out now. So that's my next one, and then I'll do the Guillermo del Toro stuff.
Dude, you're missing out. Missing out. You guys are missing.
I'm just watching the preview and I'm getting freaked out by it.
It's fucking good. I'm telling you, it's good.
Well,
there's this one.
There's like
this
8
guy's
different
a
horror
grave robber,
directors.
and he ends up underground in tunnels, and he's claustrophobic. And there's fucking rats and like a zombie. It's just fucking crazy, and it's just like I'm watching this guy, and part of me wants to turn it off, and the other part of me is like,
oh,
see.
No. This is one of those ones I'm gonna have to watch with all the lights on.
That's probably what you were watching there with Liz is probably the same reaction that Fuzzy and Mo had trying to watch the recent American Horror Story.
It was a lot worse than that. I walked out. I was, oh God.
I think I've got like 2 more. I got 2 more of the Guillermo del Toro's to catch it because I couldn't binge the whole thing at once. Like it was like,
Blah.
I finished one. I was like, oh, I can't watch another one. Like, fuck, I gotta get. It's time to go trick or treat. I gotta do something to rinse this off for me. But it was good. It was good. Like, you know how it's just that. It's that. It's one of those horrors where it's just like, fuck. We're gonna have to get together. Oh shit!
Did you guys watch the new Halloween?
No, Bad Neighbors told me not to.
Look, dude.
I didn't see it. My other half did.
I watched it. Me and my family sat down. We love Michael Myers, and let me tell you something. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
That's what I heard, man.
You have to. I rewatched it. I had to watch it again because I wanted to give it a chance, dude. So I watched it a second time, and I could see what I could see what they were trying to do. Like I could see what he was trying to do. Because if you watch all the last 3 Halloween movies, they're about trauma. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. So like the first one's dealing with Laurie after all that shit happened. She's been preparing for him. You know what I mean? And then the second one, Halloween Kills, is about the town, like the whole town. You know, fucking the same night going after Michael, and you know all the shit that happened to them. And then this one takes it into this other way of trauma where you're going like, well, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? And I swear to God, dude, I swear to God, this is how you become Michael Myers in that movie. Ready? He looks at the kid, the eyeballs connect. Michael Myers is now connected to him.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
That sounds about right.
The whole movie, okay, let's just say the movie's an hour and a half. Michael Myers kills people and shows up for 15, 20 minutes, if that. The rest of it is some other kid doing it because he found Michael Myers in the sewer and he did like that at him. And then he went nuts and now he's killing people.
So let me get this straight. Just so I'm clear.
Fuck those guys for ruining my Michael Myers shit.
So
you know, 1, 2, H2O. I'm done. Those are like the 3 I like. That's it. Fuck all that other shit then.
So you went out of your way
to
watch this piece of shit twice, and you didn't even watch Triple R once. You're a son of a bitch. You're a son of a bitch.
I am. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take it. I will happily take that. I get it. It was Halloween. I was by myself. I said, you know what, dude? I was like, I'm gonna give these all a shot because I kept watching these reviews on it, and everyone was like, you know, calling Rob Zombie's like the most brutal Halloween of them all. And I was like, I swear the newer ones were more gruesome than the fucking, you know, Rob Zombie ones. And so I turned it back and I was watching Halloween Kills where like everyone's getting like, you know, like at one point he's got a guy on the table and he's using him as a pin cushion. He's just fucking stabbing him over and over again with different knives. I was like, that's pretty fucking violent. Like, I don't know. But so I was like, all right, well, I watched the first 2. Let's rewatch the third one. Let's see if they connect into a nice bow or, you know, something. No. And I got punished. I had to sit through the movie. I got punished for it as it was. But like the opening of it is I kept going like this would have been a bit because the opening is like this kid babysitting and it's like a couple years after Michael Myers came back. and he's babysitting the kid. Fucking locks the babysitter in the room, and the babysitter's getting all pissed off at him, so he's trying to kick the door open, and the parents come home, and he fucking kicks the door, and the kid goes flying off the top of the stairs and and they fucking hits the ground and dies. And so they were like, they walked in, you know, the guy's mate, he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and he kicked it, and the fucking kid died. So now everyone in town thinks he's a murderer because it was an accident. But you know, like that's the plot of the story. That's literally the plot.
What?
Yeah. It's but when the kid falls, dude, it's fucked up, dude. Like it was fun. Like you see it bounce. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that wasn't CG. That had to have been a dummy. Oh my god. Because it fucking flopped like that. I was like, oh god damn.
So
and that was the other thing. Like I watched Halloween Kills, great death scenes, like fucking awesome, where you're just like, oh, that's thinking right there, dude. You know what I mean? And then you watch this one, I'm like, really? That's what you're giving us? That's how he dies? All right. And then how they at the end, like, you know, the way you want it to end is not how it ends. And I swear
that's the thing though, right? I mean, if you want to end something, the best way to end something is to make it to where when you're done with that thing, you don't want any more.
I don't.
No, that's not going to work because some jackass will come along and try to pick up the mantle and take it further. That's the way it always works.
No, they made sure that cannot happen. I don't want to spoil it for you, but they made sure. Like, what's the running joke in the 80s, like with Jason, right? It was like fucking
chop from the bits, send it to the sun.
I swear that the end of it is just a little like love letter to that thought. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that. Like I was like the whole time it was happening, I was laughing. I was like, oh my god, you're kidding me, dude. No way.
Yeah, but
they killed him. What?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't want to spoil it. I can't.
Why
Jamie Lee
not?
Curtis
I'm
is
sure
gonna get the
everybody's
mask,
seen it already.
cruise around with the knife, and it's gonna be fucking Halloween 72, Dia de los Muertos. And she's gonna fucking be cruising around with the diversity.
Hey, I'll tell you guys if you want to know, dude. But
yeah,
they fucking kill him. You know, they slit his throat and he's still fucking breathing. And then she takes the knife and slits his wrist so he bleeds out because he's all pinned down like that and he's bleeding out. She's like, goodbye, Michael. I'll see you. Know, fuck you. And then like after that, the sheriff comes in and he goes, we got to let the town know. So they strap him to the hood of the fucking car, the top of the car, and the police and him parade him through the town with him strapped to the top of the car. And everyone comes out like in a parade, going to the junkyard, and they feed his body into the machine where it chops up all the fucking the metal, and they drop him in there, and he fucking gets chopped up, and that's how it ends.
I like that.
That's what I said. They literally did what we said to do to Jason for years.
Right? I mean,
they did that to Schwarzenegger in Terminator, and he came back, right?
Yeah, but that's different. They just made a new version of him. Michael is not possessed in this version. He's not. He's not the Halloween 4, 5, and 6.
What if his spirit
Michael Myers
took over the sidekick?
What is his super?
The sidekick gets
gave
killed.
Him the eye.
The sidekick gets slit.
Yeah, I gave him the eye.
Lori gets it. Lori does it. Lori does a great fucking scene where she's like, because she knows the guy, like she senses Michael in him, you know, she senses it in him. And so she's like, the granddaughter's trying to they're banging each other. So he's like, I'm taking her. If I can't have her, no one can. And so later on, and then this is the part you'll love. He beats up Michael Myers and takes his mask and starts going around trying to kill people as Michael Myers and shit. So this kid has more power than the psychotic Michael Myers who's been shot 1 billion times and keeps walking around. Whatever, you know. Again, we're just gonna suspend disbelief.
What's the relaunch, right? Is the kid? What
No.
Boxes does he check?
So Lori's in the room. She's about to blow her head off. She's saying a prayer and shit, and she walks around the corner, and fucking you see this like that, like she blew her brains out, and then fucking the door opens up, like Michael, like the kid's there gonna stab, like check to see, like, oh my god, she killed her. Then she has the gun out. She's like, you didn't think I'd blow my fucking head off, did you? Blah blah, and just blows the shit out of him. Like not blows the shit, but you know, blows the shit out of him.
Oh, I like the first version better.
I know, but I'm just saying. So yeah, it's a passer. Like, if you're bored and you want to just fucking laugh, I'll say it's better than the original Halloween 3, but
They didn't think about Silver Shamrocks over and over again.
No, they
over again.
But I was laughing with the mask thing. I kept going like, "Oh God, if he puts the mask on and it possesses him, I'm gonna lose my shit right now, dude." Like, but he gave him the evil eye, so I was like, "Oh, I've never seen the evil eye done. That's new."
So what gives him the power to pass along his powers to the
next
guy?
He doesn't.
Silver Shamrock.
He doesn't really do that. It's the way the guy shot the movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like. Because the guy's already going through some shit, like he killed the kid, and these guys are beating him up and stuff like that. And so, like, it's like the snapping point. And so that's what the movie's about: is what drives.
So it wasn't
somebody
actually
to snap.
Jason. It wasn't actually him giving him powers. It was him snapping, going.
So he Michael Myers like pulls him into the sewer, and he like fucking Michael Myers living in the sewers and this crack in the hole, and he ends up seeing him and he's choking him like this, and then they lock eyes like that, and then all of a sudden it cuts to like the eyes, and then you can see everything that Michael sees.
So they bond.
And stuff. Exactly. Yeah, it's like a.
So they bond, and so now he gives them the free pass to go kill.
And he's like, teach me how to kill Michael and stuff.
So
like
he has
that.
a Padawan.
Yeah, he's Mr. Miyagi, and that's Daniel's son of fucking serial killers and shit, dude. Like it's bad, dude. It's bad. Like I was like
I have to watch that.
It's bad.
That's a good segue. That's a good segue. All right. Tales of the Jedi. Anyone? Or am I alone on that one too?
I think you're alone on that one, but
that's on my next. I barely missed watching it. That's gonna be on my next thing for tomorrow. I'm gonna watch tomorrow.
We're so far behind on the animated stuff.
It's not bad. It's like 6 15-minute episodes, and it goes into the backstory of how Count Dooku turned bad, because he was Qui-Gon's teacher and Yoda's student, and then it goes into a little bit of backstory about Ahsoka. So it's filling in Dooku and Ahsoka backstories. They've got a little bit of Anakin, a little bit of Obi-Wan, a little bit of Captain Rex. So they've got like the Clone Wars cast for the most part, in like that era of the Star Wars animation. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It tells those stories.
I want to talk about with Liz and Josh about what they thought of the Rage Theo nerdy girl thing. Or not Rage, I mean Toro. Fuck, dude, I fucked his name up, dude. Toro.
So just before we get into that, we
did watch Peripheral.
Well, hey, no. Well, I'm not talking about Peripheral. I'm talking
oh
about
shit,
Thorough.
that was the other one we had to watch, wasn't it?
So
cool.
Thorough,
I forgot about that one.
We listened to on one of our trips back from California. We listened to one of Thorough's entire podcasts where he was discussing all of the shenanigans that had been going down at the various conventions.
It was a C2E2 thing.
So we were already mildly familiar with his stuff, and when you had said that he was going to be doing a show with Nerdy Girl, we tuned into that. I listened to everything up to maybe like 15 or 20 minutes after she logged off. I think she's full of shit.
I agree.
That's the nicest way I can put it. I think that I think she was blowing a lot of smoke, and I think, and he said it, up front, that he went easy on her because he didn't want to just have her like run away like first thing. So
well, I give her props though, that she was the only one that shows up, that she had the balls to actually show up and talk to him, unlike Jim Mint or Tom or the Guru guy. Like, none of them went up there and talked to him. She was the only one that had the balls to do it. I give her props for that. I mean, I might not like what, believe what she was saying, but at least she showed up, because she didn't have to show up.
I would like to give her credit for that, but I think it's all just for the process of blowing smoke up our ass,
Yeah, but what is that? But what I'm saying is that doesn't even help her though. Even if she blows a smoke up your ass, she still has a shitload of followers that are hers, Tom's, and Jem Mint's, that they're hardcore followers. I mean, she didn't even have to be on the damn show at all. It wouldn't even hurt her not being there. So like that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I give her props just for that.
She's the not the lamb or slaughter, but she has less to lose than the rest of them do. If the rest of them came on and said the things that she said, first off, she's the girl. Right. So they're going to send her in because if she has a meltdown or if it gets to this or that or the other, you're being mean to me, and that card's going to get played because that's how it gets done. Second of all, she doesn't have a YouTube show. She doesn't have the following and the social media presence that the rest of them do. So they have income and they've got other stuff coming in and they have more to lose than she does. If she gets booted or if she gets pushed to the side for a little bit, she deals with such high-end comics that it doesn't matter for her. She's not getting the only sponsorship she's actually getting is from Whatnot. And I don't care what she says. They get all that free stuff when they show up. They get their hotel rooms paid for. If not that, I know that their flights get paid for too when they get asked to come out to those conventions. She said she had a booth. She doesn't actually have a booth. She brings stuff to put in another friend's booth type situation. So she doesn't have to pay for her tickets to come in because she's press passed because of the fact that she works for Whatnot and she's on Whatnot all the time. I wish that she would have, if she would have actually answered honestly some of those questions, I would have given her more props for, like the one where somebody says that if a book sells for less than what the market value is by a certain percentage, Whatnot comps them that difference. That is true. I've had people tell me, and I know other sellers, that is a true thing. So they aren't actually losing as much money. And that's not an administrative thing. That is a seller. You are a seller on Whatnot. Have you ever had that happen to you before? And she's like, oh, well, that's an administrative thing. That's a Whatnot thing. No. You're a seller on Whatnot dealing with high-end things. Answer the fucking question. But she's not going to do it because it's true. Right. So any of the questions that she could fob off as not being true or she doesn't know. Well, and I think the most telling question that she answered is that when eBay does this, because eBay's doing their eBay Live, when eBay's Live gets up and running, which will be the Whatnot equivalent of this, will you sell on eBay as well? And she said no, flat out no. That's because she's getting sponsored by Whatnot. That's because Whatnot is paying her for all of that. And in their contracts say that they can't sell on any other platform.
Yeah.
They can't do it. They're not allowed to do it. They're not allowed to say that they sell on any other platform. I think the only reason why Comic Tom gets away with doing his mystery mail calls is because he was doing that before he got on Whatnot. And he doesn't promote his mystery boxes and his mystery mail call boxes on Whatnot. That's something that he's always done on the side, and that's kind of like his thing. So they probably
are you guys still selling there?
I'm dying on there is what I'm doing, dude. Like, and it's and you know that was what I was trying to get him to say when she was talking about, you know, I encourage sellers to come on my thing and promote their shows, and I'm like, yeah, but that means I know, and even if we did, that means we got to sign into her show because okay, today was my show. I had a show today. I started off with almost 20 people in my room. 20 people. Everyone was having, I showed the Fuzzster's face and everything. I did the whole camera thing to kind of, involve everybody. I went on at 3:30. They went on at 4 o'clock. Guess what happened at 4 o'clock? Room went dead. Because everyone went on to their stream. they suck up the rooms, you know, like that's the idea. That was why I stopped going on Wednesdays, because Wednesdays was their day. So I was like, okay, just let them have their day. Now they're going into Tuesdays. So now Tuesdays are all sucked up, and Mondays suck, and Thursdays suck. Fridays are even worse, you know what I mean? So it's like they're taking up all the days, and then the weekends they do the Comic Cons. So then you can't even put anything up, because if you don't have some sort of exclusive. And the other part that got me, you know, all upset was her talking about her selling the modern books for what they're going for. I put the same books on my stream, and I know other bigger sellers that put them on their stream. They don't get nowhere near the amount that they get. So either they have shill buyers doing it just to jack up the prices, or fucking people are just following, you know, down the rabbit hole, like, oh, these people are the influencers. If these guys say it's good, then, you know, and that whole thing about her saying like, oh, I don't consider myself an influencer and shit.
That's
Bullshit.
I don't like influencer. What the fuck do you think you are?
No,
you're influencing people.
Sure, but the reality is that they're speculators, and they convince you that they've got the hot track on what's good and what's not. That's why the whole thing with Black Flag fell through, is because they put all their reps on that, and then the whole thing blew up in their face. But they're speculators. They want to claim that they've got the bead on the keys that are coming out, or the keys that are out, and everybody like eats it up.
She was just a bold-faced liar on everything that she said, because yeah, I got 2 of my questions on there.
You did. I was proud. I was so proud. I was like, I know that lady. I know her.
The one where she's like saying, oh my God, so with that whole Black Flag thing, yes, I bought 75 copies, but I only kept 15 of them. The rest of them were for my friends. But you know what? You know, in hindsight, you know, he really should have put like quantities on it, and he shouldn't have allowed that to happen, because I think that's a bad idea, that you just let it be open and anybody can do it. And, you know, if I was him, I would have done this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, then why didn't you restrain yourself?
Right.
If you're so like,
if you thought it was a bad
idea,
if you're
out there for the fans and you want to do people a favor and you thought it was a bad idea, then why aren't you showing your, you know, moral fortitude and actually practice what you're preaching, essentially?
Right. And I mean, and
she's just like, well, she didn't really answer. That's a really good question, but you know what? And then I was like, well, you didn't fucking answer my question. Because, you know, because you have no moral center. You have no moral fortitude, because it's all about the hustle.
Yeah.
What's her name?
It's always
what's her name?
Nerdy girl.
Nerdy girl?
Yeah, nerdy girl. I know he doesn't know what's going on. So these people are, yeah, nerdies /girl or something like that. But you know, like
what all can you do on this? I never heard of whatnot. I heard you guys talking about it all the time, and I never just.
You can do everything.
It's like it's a
live auction,
like eBay auction. It's like it's just an auction. You put something up, you start to bid up. People can bid, like, you know, pushing the button to bid it up, and then after a certain time.
So it's like an eBay type thing.
Kind of, yeah. A live eBay. It's like interactive eBay.
And it was real hot for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like and ever since this acetate thing came out, it kind of gave us a bad taste in our mouth.
Killed it.
Certain aspects of it, because Whatnot initially was all about Pokemon cards and like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, I think, and sports cards.
Yeah.
And then they started branching out into comic books, and then they started branching out into like Disney pins, and then they went on to like tennis shoes and apparel and all these other things. So because everything's sucking with the comic books, because these asshats are like fucking everything up. But there are certain aspects of Whatnot that still work well, like the Disney pins. We did really well on the Disney pins. The Lego minifigs.
The Legos I do great on. Like I'm literally leaning into that.
What's
you
your?
Can't get into the,
can I look you up?
Stuff.
Yeah, Fuzzy Fat Man, same name. So, but like you were saying about the seller thing, like, yeah, maybe she's not getting a paycheck from the guy, you know what I mean, from Whatnot, but you getting comped all that shit, and then, you know, like you said, I know many sellers who have told me, like they've asked me, to go, why aren't you there? Like, you're the reason why I got on there. Why aren't you there? I go, I don't know. They just must not like the way I do things or something. And then they're like, yeah, dude, I got there. They wouldn't let me sell comic books. Like, I had to go, thank you, bad neighbor. I just got your follow.
What's
And
yours,
so,
Josh, the Scots on what?
Ray's Comics.
Ray's
So,
Comics?
yeah, we have a comic book store and we're Ray's Comics. Yeah, it's Ray's Comics. I don't think there's an underscore. I think it's just all one.
Ray's
But
Comics.
they
It's
have
one
my
word.
I have my own whatnot under the Jaded Geek, but I
doesn't
don't sell anything. I just crash parties and make bad comments.
It's never a crash party when Mr. Perfect shows up, damn it.
Brother, that's because I love you. Not like American Horror Story love, but like Captain America Bucky love.
All right. I'll take that. But your Cap, I'm
More
Bucky.
collection connections on there too.
Yeah, collection
Yes.
connections. On
Yeah, there you go.
Comic
But
Cave.
But like, I'm like, you know, they tell me you get it by, they won't let you sell your own personal books. So those books that she bought supposedly, you know, to sell on whatnot, they were given to her. You know what I mean? Those other ones were for her to sell on the side, you know, like that's what drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, you know,
Well,
an
'cause she
equal
asked-
playing
she said
ground.
She got a comp package. Like everybody there gets a comp package. And I'm like, what the fuck does that entail?
Yeah.
And it's all of the exclusives. They get all of the exclusives at the convention. They don't actually have to wait in line for any of it. They get a bunch of now that Whatnot's publishing, Jesus, that's not a conflict of fucking interest.
I was hoping they would answer that question. I was like,
Right?
answer the question.
And so, you know, now when you're not dealing with that group of Whatnot, now you're dealing with the publishing arm of everybody on Whatnot. And I know there's a friend of ours that he's his first comic. His is the first one out the door for their publishing. But like, still, it's that's the only other thing that's going on right now. It's all about that. And if it's supposed to be a partial system like eBay where anybody can go on there and sell it for whatever and have every opportunity to sell, then why are they getting into the publishing? Why are they promoting these people, certain people? Like, I have to work at the eBay algorithm for our eBay store. I have to work at that algorithm to keep our listings higher up, or to keep our, you know, without having to fork over money to do it, to pay for that.
Right.
And they're the ones that are getting paid too, and their shit's getting promoted, and
So Fuzzy,
they're not even that interesting.
let me ask you this question, Fuzz. Do you think that their success is strictly tied to the fact that they're popular, or do you think that other people are being throttled in comparison?
The whatnot itself, or the influencers?
No. Like, does Whatnot throttle other people in order to give them a boost?
I think that there's I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, you guys saw when I was championing this thing from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I've been the one pumping it from day one. And, you know, I introduced some of those big sellers to this. You know, I was like, look, dude, like, look at this thing. Like, there's this thing you can do, you know what I mean? So my whole thing about it is that, you know, I've been around for a while, and I'm consistent. It's not like I don't, you know, I have a certain day I do things, and, you know, I try to enjoy it with everybody. But, you know, now with them, like you said, doing publishing, you know, like, they're doing their own thing, and they're like, how long did it take us to get a copy of that comic, Invincible, with our names on it? Our names are on it.
Right?
You know what I mean?
They were
Like,
selling how many of them? There were hundreds. Supposedly it's a limited edition and it's only so many copies. If you add up one of those sellers and all the copies that they were selling, that far exceeds the limitation that they said it was.
and
they
not
were
including
only
what they sent us.
right. Ass
You know,
hats.
that's what I mean. Like, that's again the whole thing with me. Like, I'm never, I love this community. I love comics. I love everything that comes with it. You know what I mean? Great people. But when it gets to this, like, you're pumping up a certain book because, you know, you have 50 copies of it. So you're going to pump it up and dump it on everybody. Like, right now, I think everyone's getting a taste of the 90s, you know, where they thought they were going to get rich in two months buying Spawn #1. You know what I mean? No. And now, you know, that book is very valuable now. You know what I mean? It's worth something now. But like back in the day, everyone had one. You know what I mean? It came in a box of Wheaties. You know what I mean? Like you open a box of Wheaties, you got a Spawn comic. You know, like fucking, it was just everyone had one. So, you know, now like that's what they're doing now is they're getting all these books that they're saying like, oh, this person's supposed to show up, and then nothing ever happens to it. Like Josh was saying, you know, they're speculating, you know, that they supposedly know, but they don't know shit, dude. They know they got 100 copies of this fucking book. Right now, I guess just today, one of Comic Tom's special variants that we're selling for, you know, $30 on their show. I put it on mine. Nobody wanted it. No one wanted it, dude. Even at $5, no one wanted it. Like, that's not value. There's no value in that. You know, you show us a giant size X-Men #1, an ASM, you know, 129. Those things hold value. They're valuable books because of the rarity of them, not because there's 3,000 copies laying about, you know, and everyone's got one hidden underneath their bed.
That's why Collection Connection has launched. Why is it key?
Yeah.
Short videos that tell you why this book is key, and it's a real reason.
No, I mean that's the idea. Like you want to know what's going to hold its value. Like if you're speculating, like if this was the stock market, dude, and fucking like your guy was speculating so much about, you know, these certain stocks because they had to unload them and shit like that, and then you invested your money in that stock, and then as soon as you invest your money, the fucking value drops down. You know, you're going to stop listening to that asshole. And that's what I'm waiting for, is these people to stop listening to that guy.
I hope it's sooner rather than fucking later. Because
I agree.
God dang it, I gotta live to the 90s again.
Yes.
I was at Mile High the first time around. Now I gotta do it.
What you have to understand is that these things happen in cycles, and we're preparing for another Geek Narok.
I love it, a Geek Narok.
It's yeah.
This website sucks.
Fuck that, dude. I was supposed to be going with those drips guys, the other site that's like them, right? And so they canceled they rescheduled my interview with them, because you have to interview before you can sell. And then when I went to do the interview, I showed up 2 minutes early, and they never picked up the fucking Google call. And I was like, really, dude, this is how people are doing business? I was like, please, eBay, hurry up and start. Please, eBay, hurry up and start, dude. I need to start doing this. This is getting crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you be able to eat those fines, dude? eBay's expensive, man. It's really expensive to sell on that.
But the roles are reversed right now, dude. So like I'm making more money right now on eBay than I am on whatnot. And it was before, it was the opposite way. I was made because of the fees was killing me. But my homies, my action figures.
If it wasn't for eBay, I don't have all this here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I made like 85 grand selling on eBay, and that's how I bought all my shit. But the margins are way lower than they used to be on eBay now. I mean, Liz was the eBay specialist for the previous regime back in the day, and fuck, like those 2 sketches I sold to buy my bike, they fucking taxed me. Like I sold one for $1,500 and one for $1,300. I think I paid like $500 in fees. Like,
damn.
Yeah, I mean it's always better to do it in person.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what you're selling, but there is a cap on that. So the fee should have been that bad.
it was pretty bad. I also do free shipping, so it could have been some of it. It wasn't like it used to be, though.
No, it's not.
I think with all of our fees, you know, with our store subscription and the final value fee and
you're just doing buy it now, right?
That's it. Yeah, I buy it now. So we have a store subscription, so we pay like I think it's like $59.95 a month or something like that to have our particular store. There's one that's less.
Yeah, I used to have it. I
There's
used
one
to
that's
have it.
more. But ours right now is that middle ground one. And so we pay that every month, and then we get all free listings. So we don't pay any listing fees. We only pay final value fees, and that's it. So ours isn't as, and we don't have to worry. We don't, the eBay handles all the taxes and all that stuff. So that's all taken care of. On that
Yeah,
end.
they take all that out of there.
But
But
I mean,
we are going to get W-4 on, or was it I-9 on it too at the end of
It
the year
doesn't,
now?
well, yeah, but for us, because we're a store, we have to pay. For us, it doesn't. For somebody who's trying to do this as like a side hustle kind of thing, or like a side thing, yeah, I could see where that it's problematic. But within the first week of the year, we've already met our we gotta pay taxes, so we don't, you know what I mean, being a business. So it's not for us. It doesn't affect us as much as it would somebody who's just trying to sell here and there type thing, and then you get dinged on your taxes. We're gonna have to pay sales tax, or we're gonna have to pay our state taxes, all that stuff anyway. So adding more to it doesn't hit us as hard.
It's too bad we couldn't locate the store here in Tennessee, then we wouldn't have to pay any state taxes.
This is true.
Stop taking everything we love into Tennessee, god dang it. All right.
We're not, no, we didn't take anything that you love to Tennessee. California took the things you love from you.
That's that's true.
Periphery.
Maybe the app would be better than the website.
Chloe Grace Moritz.
Okay, website.
Peripheral.
What?
Peripheral. Okay, yeah, that's right. Not periphery, peripheral. Chloe Grace Moritz, Hit Girl's all grown up and pretty now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in the future, and she's traveling from the future to the future's future in robots. Lots of cool things, very complicated sci-fi plot.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on for probably the first 20, 25 minutes. I'm like, are they in the future or the past?
Where are we? What's going on?
Because
they're the future and the future of the future.
Right. So turns out it's a pretty damn good show.
I know we were bummed at the last episode, because it's only 3 epissodes. A new one comes out
Fridays. That's for Thursday night, yeah. But that's what I'm excited about it, because we can do it. We can do it episodically.
So we watched the first 3 to get caught up, and I was waiting. Oh, well, let's watch the next one now. Josh's there is no next one. Oh man, I was all bummed. It's 2:00 in the morning or whatever, and I'm oh.
It's one of those things too.
I was all sad.
I think it's a tricky thing for them to do, because how many sci-fi dystopian future movies have we all watched over the last couple of decades? It's like a genre that's been beat to death over and over and over again.
But this was fresh, and it's kind of new and somewhat exciting.
It was.
It almost takes place next to where we live.
Yeah. It's in
Blue Ridge Mountains
in West Virginia, which is just across the border.
Literally, it's right there.
But it's fresh enough that it was interesting. There's a lot of one of the surprising things, and I'll just put this out there because it's really in the first episode or 2 that it takes place, is that it's her and her brother and her mom are kind of the central characters of the story, and the brother comes across as this I don't know, bum loser brother who lives in a trailer outside the house, and I'm oh, this guy's
a drug addict.
Yeah, this guy's a worthless POS. Oh no, he's not. I totally misjudged that character when it turns out that he's actually a badass. I was oh, because he's having the way that the thing sells itself in the trailer is that she's playing the online virtual reality game for him because she's better at it. And I'm oh, here we go, girl power stuff. It doesn't come out like that at all. So
this isn't brain that that crappy Edward Furlong movie, Brain Scan, right? Or like Fear.com or anything like
I
that.
I don't watch anything with Edward Furlong after T2.
God, it's garbage. It's garbage, but it's amazing garbage. But that's what it reminded me of when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks like Brain Scan. Like, I don't know if I want to sit through Brain Scan again and shit.
It's in the future. I want to say maybe 10, 20 years in the future of now.
It starts 10 years from now is the first.
Yeah.
Is like the present time is 10 years from now. And then it's 70 years from that. So it's 80 years from our timeline. It's 80 years.
It's 2030 and then like 2099.
Yeah.
But not with Spider-Man.
And the people in 2030, they can like they can time travel to like robot avatars that are like themselves in the future.
It's that they pass it off like it's a video game. Like they come in, but like the company that in the future has a presence in this future, in like the regular future. Like it's like the starting part of it. So like
so it's like surrogates.
Yeah, but they can influence the past to help their future. It's like
kind of cool.
It's like weird. I'm glad I watched a lot of Doctor Who. Let's just put it that way. Like,
we can talk about Doctor Who.
Future, hot tub.
Did you see that the Doctor coming back?
Like I don't want to say you have to pay attention because you really don't. It starts to balance itself out. At first you get a little confused, but then it starts to balance out because it follows her confusion of things. You know what I mean? Even she's confused, like, what the fuck? Like she even asked him, what the fuck's going on here? I don't get this. And then they explain it, but not well enough for even her to understand, which means you don't understand it.
Right.
And we're still going through the layers because there's villainy during the present.
Yeah.
Villainy in the future. And
extra. It's just
that's a good
and you don't know
writing
what
right
causes.
There.
We haven't heard yet what causes the.
I think there's some kind of apocalyptic thing that happens, and there's a probably like a bottleneck in population between current times. You see how empty London is?
There's something
it's some kind of a COVID thing.
Yeah, there's like a disease or an illness or something like that, but they don't really explain it because it messes with the atmosphere, and that's why those big statues are built. They explain that too, and it's very cool. Like it's based. I don't know if you've read a lot of sci-fi, but there's an author named William Gibson. He did something called like Neuromancer, was like his big like sci-fi story.
Never heard that one.
Yeah, so he's a big sci-fi cyberpunk. Like he was on the front end of the whole like cyberpunk like genre at the very beginning of it. He's kind of like the father of that. His writing, and it's got a lot of that kind of thing going on with the whole time travel mental like machines in the future. And
I didn't get any of that from the trailer, so fucking you guys sold me better than the trailer did. So yeah, I'll watch that. I'll start it up tomorrow. Then it's on Hulu, right?
It's very like, but it's very
Prime.
like down to earth.
Prime.
Yet very. It's very normal yet very sci-fi all at the same time. Like I don't know how to explain it. And I'm not a big fan. I like sci-fi, but I'm not a real big fan of science fiction. It has to be.
I like time travel. So that sounds cool.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Peripheral. It's on Amazon. It's their show.
Just FYI, I thought I have my phone plugged in, but it's telling me that I'm losing power. So if we drop out,
it's because it's not charging right.
Yeah, we're almost at the end.
The Peripheral, right?
All right, so we got 10 minutes left. Let's get set up for next week. What's the we're gonna come back with Tales of the Jedi's done. We got Andor. You guys got to get on Del Toro's cabinet. I'm telling
All
you.
right, fine. I'll try.
It's fucking good. At least watch one of them. Could be.
Mine's on the
we
watch
gotta-
list.
We got to get Fuzzy and Steve and Mo to watch Triple R.
No. We gotta watch Baja Rama.
I'll watch
No,
Triple R.
no. They got to start with that first. And
Send
then we'll
the Baja Raha thing to the.
It's on Hulu.
I was watching Triple R, the previews right now, the trailers. Actually, when we were talking about it, it looks really good.
I would love to hear your opinion on it.
All right, dude. I promise
just sing
you,
and
my
dance a
next
lot.
show,
That's probably the
I
only
will
problem I
watch
have.
it. I will sit down and watch it, and I will tell you now. If you get a text from me with like a middle finger, that means I'm mad, and I'll tell you all about it. But if you don't get a
You can't
text
be
with a
mad.
middle finger, then you know, hey, Fuzzy kind of liked it. Dude.
No, what I will expect is for you to do for me what Starlight did for Homelander.
No, that can't be that good.
You're gonna create your own horror story episode.
What about what
yeah,
Starlight?
that-
What about what Starlight did for the Deep?
Well, yeah.
That too.
So in the comic book, it was Homelander, not the Deep.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it was gross too. That's why I said
It's on
no.
Netflix, that Triple R movie. Not the Triple
Yeah.
X, the Triple R.
Yeah.
Triple R's on Netflix, and then what's,
You don't
Yeah.
like
what's
Vin
the other one?
Diesel.
Ronga, what?
What was it called?
Hold
Hold on.
I forget.
Oh, where did it go? Baja.
Maharaja.
No, I think it's Brahm, BRAHM.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Brahmastra?
Mastra, part 1.
Brahmastra, yeah.
Part 1.
Part 1.
And it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy. And the first
All
part
right.
comes out on Friday.
I'm watching Triple R. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching Triple R. I'm gonna do it, and then if I can do that, then I'll do the Maharaja or Bahara Part 2. Or
What's that on? Maharaja. Anybody know?
They're both on Hulu.
Well, that looks badass. Look at that.
No,
Holy smokes.
right? I just watched the trailer.
Wow.
It looks so good.
Which one of the guys is it? Where is it?
I don't know. Maybe I was confused.
I just sent the trailer to our chat thread, so
Nice.
we'll have that one. Well, it looks like
Yeah.
the most watchers we had tonight was 5, and we had 0 correspondence. Everybody's used to us on Monday. It's pretty brutal. Hopefully,
We're just off from our normal day. That's all.
2 of those viewers were me too.
he was
Like,
coming in
I'm
on other
Well, I
names.
mean,
One of them was Bad Neighbor, and the other one was Mo.
yeah. Well, we got it up on our big screen behind us so that we can actually see you guys.
So maybe we're one of them as well.
Wow, that's crazy. No, but usually these carry the stream. They still carry throughout the week and whatnot. And the one where we did RRR got like 500 something fucking views on it. It's like a lot.
There's this one. There's another one. See, I thought our Triple R. I thought that one was the one I saw the preview for, but it wasn't. So there's another one that I want to watch. That's it's like a mafia, like hitman kind of like Bollywood one. Oh my god! I saw the preview for that. I was like, Josh, we need to watch this. And then Nate was it? Yeah, Nate was the one that you brought up, the Triple R one.
Triple R
I'm
came
like,
from
this
Josh.
is the one. Or I thought this was.
Triple R
I
came
thought it
from
was
Josh.
I think Nate and I both came across the same.
Maybe
kind
that's
of,
what I was like. That's the one. That's the one I wanted to watch because it has the same actor in it. The tiger guy. He's the main guy in the other one that I wanted to watch. And I'm like, this is it. So then we watched. I was like, no, wait, this isn't it because there's no mafia hitman thing going on here. What the hell? But it was still really good. So now there's like Yeah, and then I saw the preview for this one popped up in my feed. I'm like, we gotta watch this one too. This looks so good. Yeah,
He's
so
like-
even the cat likes it.
He's like
And
the
we
Mel
got-
Gibson of Bollywood.
And then we've got late to the party. Stale popcorn's gone, Josh.
Oh, it is?
Stale popcorn was Lego's creation because it doesn't matter. It's my channel again. All and late to the party's back. So the community tab, we did our vote. And
Oh, it was
we
Lethal
had
Weapon, wasn't it?
18
Fuck
votes.
yeah.
No, 18 votes. 18 votes in for next week's Late to the Party movie. We got Reindeer Games as 6%, followed by Trading Places at 11%.
Hey.
We've got Lethal Weapon at 28%,
Oh dear Lord.
and the winner at 56% is the Gremlins.
Gremlins. Yeah.
I'll watch it.
It's been a while. I
It's
like
the Flasher. It's the Flasher. That's my favorite.
Gizmo.
Surprised you don't own the NECA life size of him.
I almost bought
The
it. dude.
cigarette.
That's right. That was a
You
dream
know
of
what
mine.
now? You have to buy you have to go back and buy one of the original ones. They don't give them the new NECA ones. They don't have them with the cigarette anymore.
Oh, boo.
Fucking woke bastards.
I know. They went back into the boxes.
Wolverine
and took
quit
the
smoking
cigarettes
too,
out.
and he can't even get cancer.
That's what I'm saying.
So
They're canceling Gremlins.
we got four slots for these voting things. So if you got another holiday movie,
Yeah,
let's
I'm gonna
not-
put.
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
gonna
whoa,
put
whoa,
mine
whoa,
on
whoa,
the-
whoa, 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 tomorrow morning, to whoever gets up first. You guys have a head start in Nashville, so text it to the thread, and then with the first four, we'll get in there. Minimum of 10 years old.
And it has to be a holiday movie.
It's a holiday movie right now.
So I
Now,
can torture you guys with something like Steel Magnolias and shit. And if it wins, fucking,
If it wins, then
Christmas
it looks like
Day.
if it wins, me and Moses will watch it. And like Puppet Master. Me and Moses did Puppet Master before I sent this to everyone.
And I was gonna just jump on and I'll go off of memory. I swear to God, because I've seen that movie 100 times. Like, so I was like, I know. I was like, I remember most of it, but then I was like, watch, these guys are gonna bring up something, and I'll be like, huh? When did that happen?
I was gonna do like the Cliff Notes version of it and watch like the highlights, and I was like, no, because again, yeah, the same reason. They're gonna tell me something, I'll be like, I don't remember that.
Exactly. I'm like,
You know what though? Puppet Master did this. It's not that didn't hold up like it used to. So it's the buckets and
No,
everything.
definitely not, man. It's
We're going.
it's a
we're
movie that
going,
will frighten you if you're a kid. That's it. Yeah.
It's another one of those two where there's a bunch of sequels for it, and your fondness of it happens to do with the revisions that they had.
Yeah.
But the original one wasn't great. So
And
it's like a
honestly-
Hellraiser or a Phantasm.
honestly, I thought I was I had mixed up a bunch of those movies together. Like it was Dolls and fucking Puppet Master 3. They're all wound up in one in my memories. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay.
I just
Yeah,
remember
this is
Blade. Blade was my favorite, dude. That dude was badass, dude, with the
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
blades on
the-
the
the
head.
hood.
Fucking
Eyes
so you can
and-
fuck some shit
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
dude. That was
Sick.
That's
badass,
just my
dude.
favorite.
I like the
Nazi.
cowboy one.
And the leech, the chick that pukes them leeches.
Oh, yeah. It was badass. It just took too
Yeah.
long. It took like an hour for her to fucking regurgitate fucking leaves
I
and
love that shit, dude. That was cool. But like, see, when you guys say Puppet Masters, the sad thing is, again, dude, it brings me back to that Donald Sutherland Invasion of the Body Snatchers
Body
type of movie.
snatchers.
Yeah, but it was like called Puppet Masters, and the thing gets on the fucking back of your head and it talks, makes you talk and shit. It's badass, dude. But it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers, dude. Pretty much, but done with little things like clip on the backside. When you said Puppet Master, I was like, hell yeah! And then you showed the picture. I went, oh, not that one. I forgot about that one.
I want to watch Critter again.
Which one?
Critters.
Oh,
Was Critters Christmas?
Critters was like the rip off of Gremlins.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I just don't remember it being set.
No,
I don't think it's Christmas.
No, they have the second one's Easter. The second one's Easter.
Yeah.
Because they have the eggs, the little fucking eggs of the critters and the shit. That was
Goblin was dope too. I remember Goblin too when they were talking about Nilbog. But
we're gonna throw that in.
Horrible.
The other one I haven't seen that everyone says is a good one was the Krampus, the Krampus movie. I haven't watched that.
It wasn't bad. Krampus wasn't bad.
I want to watch.
You need to put Krampus on there. It's Christmas.
I got fucking
it's
in the house right now.
We started the holidays early, so we got fucking 2 months of.
I got Terrifier 2. That's that movie that everyone's passing out in the theaters right now and throwing up in the audience. Have you heard about it?
What is it called?
Terrifier 2. It's about a serial clown.
Yeah.
That a serial killer clown. And it's supposed to be the goriest movie of all time. And I was like watching, I watched just the little clip of it, and I almost yacked. I was like, oh God, dude, what the fuck? Dude, like you can pull away if you want, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's bad.
That makes
maybe we'll get together and watch that shit.
No, I'm gonna be able to watch that.
If I can figure out how he'll let me share the thing, I'll send you guys the link to it, dude. Like because it's still in theaters. There's a part 1 and there's a part 2. So the part 2 is the one that everyone's going ape shit for right now.
It's on Amazon.
Part 2's on Amazon?
Yeah. It's on Streambox.
You know what?
Wolf Creek broke me. If it's
I forgot it's Tuesday already.
It's worse.
Listen. I forgot it's Tuesday already. Josh, what's your holiday movie?
Santa's Sleigh.
Is it 10 years?
Oh yeah.
All right, send it to
wait, Sleigh.
Fuzzy's trying to think about that one.
And Sleigh is SLAY.
Okay, send that to the thread, yeah?
What's that one, dude?
What do you got, Fuzzy?
So familiar.
Goldberg plays Santa Claus.
It's got my vote. it's got my vote.
What do you got, Fuzzy?
Give me a minute, because I got like 3 of them. So let me give me.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah, look at that.
You got a holiday movie?
I don't.
I got Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Well, then do Die Hard 2. They're both there in Christmas.
What about who's got Lethal Weapon up here, man?
That was the one I was. That's my all time favorite. Every Christmas, that's what I watch is Lethal Weapon. Like Clockwork.
Put it up.
Just remember when you're voting, Fuzzy, Goldberg.
I know. That's why I said, I'm like, why am I going to put my good one against Goldberg? Dude, everyone's going to choose Goldberg. I'm going to watch that movie just because he said it, dude. I was like, that's a dope ass name. I'll throw in. I'll do Lethal Weapon. Dude. I'll do Lethal Weapon.
All right, we got Santa's Sleigh, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Falta Una Más.
Have it.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas. Where's it at?
Hey, the new Christmas Story is coming out too.
It's not late though.
No, I know, but we can put it on the list for things to watch for.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it looks pretty bad. So
it's only on Apple TV.
Ah, fuck Apple.
Damn it, Anna and the Apocalypse is only like 5 years old.
It's okay. We don't have to do that one. I'll be the only one who can watch it.
Trying to think, dude. What's another?
It's okay. Yeah, somebody else have one?
We got 3, Mo. You're the last one.
Didn't we have Trading Places on there?
Yeah.
See that? I like that one.
You want to put Trading Places on it? Okay.
Bad Santa.
So
because I don't want to do a Christmas Story. You know, that one's overdone.
I can quote that movie to you right now from beginning to end, dude. So at my house, what happens on Christmas Day is we wake up when we open gifts. We don't open gifts until the girl does the swan dive off the top of Lethal Weapon and lands on the fucking thing. Then we go, now it's time to open Christmas presents too. And then we open Christmas presents. We watch it all Lethal Weapon. Then we go to her family, my wife's family's house. And what do they play on Clockwork? A fucking Christmas Story. Like
That's all that plays at my dad's house.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's why I'm like, this new one, I go, I hope they make fun of it. Like, I hope they just like rag on that movie, dude. So I'll be like, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, so we're replacing Gremlins with Santa's Sleigh, and then I'll be the same picks from last week.
So Josh found an advent calendar that is Hans Gruber falling off the Nazi Plaza each day.
That's awesome. Can you buy it somewhere? Or
I think I saw an ad for it on
so what's not
Facebook.
I gotta find that, dude. That sounds dope, dude. I would so get that. Be like,
hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Shoot.
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm going to find that shit.
Just
Wally
type
World,
in
here I come.
Christmas Hans Gruber advent calendar.
Wally
Where'd
World,
you get that
here I
from?
I
Wally
can
World.
find a good picture of it.
What's it? Vacation. National Lampoon's Vacation. That's the name of the place that they go to, or he's trying to go to the whole time. Is Wally World. When Walmart first came around, that's what I kept hearing. I swore everyone said Wally World, so I was like, "We're going to Wally World, everybody."
My brother used to say that shit. It used to fucking drive me nuts. When we go to Walmart, he'd be like, let's go to Wally World. Like,
we'd get all fucked up, dude. Like, you know, Walmart 24 hours would be 3 a.m. It's the only place open, so you go into Walmart, dude. Just like, who's in Wally World right now?
That was the hot nights. We go
oh
there, yeah. And when we lived in Grand Junction, that was a cool thing because everything else was a small town. Everything closed down at like 6 p.m. and you couldn't go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah.
It's got his face on it as he falls down. He's just like, ah.
That's awesome, dude.
On the 25th floor.
Did you ever hear the story about how they got that great shot?
Yeah.
That's one of the,
One, two, they drop them.
That's the stories that made me want to become a director, where I was like, you get to play practical jokes on people like that? Like, really? Dude, that's awesome, man. I love that shit, dude. Like, I'm like telling you, like even the fucking Tony Scott, dude. One of the reasons why I love that cat so much is because he's trying to talk Dennis Hopper into taking a shot, putting a real gun to his head and let a blank go off. And Hopper's like, you're fucking crazy. Like, no way. And Tony Scott grabs the gun. He goes, look, man, it doesn't even fucking hurt. And he puts it to his head and he pulls the trigger and it goes off. And when he pulls it back, there's a muzzle burn right here and he's bleeding out the top of his head. And Dennis Hopper like looks at him and Tony Scott goes, okay, well, maybe we'll use a dummy. Okay, we'll use a dummy. I love that shit. I'm like, that's why I want to be a director, dude. I want to do shit like that, dude. Like, look, it's not that hard, and then fucking eat shit. All right, let's figure a different way.
All right, guys, got to wrap it up. Thanks for coming once again. Collection Connection, talking shit. And once again, you can check out Fuzzy the Fat Man. Link to his channel below. Oh, I got to ask you, channel or network?
Oh. Channel, I think. The network was the old one.
Yeah.
The network has a thumbnail with a picture. Network just says like F on it.
If it's whatever the one with the newest reviews on it was, that's the one. I think it's
the one with the newest reviews doesn't look. Dig into it a little bit.
All right.
Get your logo set up because it doesn't look like a real channel. The other one looks real, but it has old stuff on it.
Fix your shit.
Yeah, all right, man. Dude, you know what I'm saying? I'll go take that mop.
He calling you out live.
No, because it just looks like it's just brown with an F on it. The other one's got like the picture.
I can't
the
get
old
into
one's
the
got
other
the
one.
picture.
That's the problem. So I had to make a new one. So
why couldn't you get into it?
Fuck if I know, dude. Kid set it up and he don't know how to get into it. So I stopped letting him be the IT department.
Oh, that's rough. Cool.
No, the network has your new thing on it, but it has all your old videos with the kids.
Yeah, see, so that's not the one. The one.
Channel is
Yeah,
channel
channel
is the
has a-
new one, but it doesn't have your picture.
Yeah, it just
All
has
right.
a
It just
circle
has-
with
it
an
just
F on
has
it.
the
It doesn't look
circle
like a
with the
real
F.
channel.
All right,
Yeah.
then I gotta fix that shit.
It should. It's
But,
just a
but the
minute.
network has your logo on it. The channel needs to have your logo because the channel is the one that you actually are currently updating
Yes,
and posting on.
and that's
The
why I'm
network
growing
is the
this
one
out.
that I found you on.
I'm growing this out so that way we can fucking, what do you call it? Do the whole shaving with giving the girls do the makeup. You know, they'll do makeup and shit and tell like true crime stories and shit on Instagram. Mine's gonna be shaving my beard off, but every time I do it, I keep cutting myself or something, and fucking at the end of it, my beard's gonna be all fucked up. And I just told some fucking story, and I do one of those, and then that's my little story.
All right, guys. We'll see you
Love,
next week.
peace, and chicken grease.
Grasa de pollo.
You know, Lucas
Hey.
says that now, right?
That's right. As a funster, that's why.
All right, guys.